Hello, beautiful people. Today is day 4 of building a new routine from scratch, and I would like to share with you a journaling tool I've developed for this specific purpose. And it's very simple. So every day in the evening, I'm reflecting on first what was my routine, so what were the building blocks of my day, what happened, and then I'm reflecting on any insights that I might have from what happened today, and then I'm thinking what's the next step. So it's very simple, and I'll show you an example from today. So I created 3 simple symbols because I like symbols, and this is my symbol for routine. And I wrote down things I did. So this might be a bit unclear for you what they are, but for me it's very clear. I woke up and I reflected on what is one thing that I want to do today for work and kind of base my routine on that. So this is my one plan, and I do that before I even open my eyes. And then I journal, have some water, and then stretch and dance. Then I worked on this one thing that I found is the most important. Then I had breakfast and read some nonfiction. I did some more work. I went for a swim. I did my emails and all communications. I had lunch, then some calls. I went for a walk, and now it's my self time, and then winding down. And there's still 2 hours until I go to sleep, so there might be some more things I'm going to add depending on what I'm going to do tonight. And then the insights that I have from today is first that I would really like to schedule my calls for later. So at the moment, I think the earliest people can book calls with me is 1:30 p.m., but I would like to move it later, either 2:30, maybe 2, I'm not so sure, maybe even 3, but basically, so after lunch I'm doing calls, no calls before lunch, and sometimes I like to eat around 1, sometimes I eat around 2, but I would like to make sure that I don't have calls before. I'm also realizing that I really enjoy working before breakfast and finishing at lunch. This is working very well for me so far, and I'm happy to have calls after. I'm noticing that the biggest challenge, which I know it's not a big surprise, is that mindful communication is the biggest challenge, and I'm doing very well, but I really need to pay effort to that. So basically, I'm checking all my communication in one slot, and that's it. And then especially when it comes to work, and I reserve another window kind of in the afternoon, evening, after I come back from walk, to check kind of communication with certain friends and my family, but definitely no email, nothing like that. And then I'm noticing that I'm not reading as much as I would like. I would like to read more. And this is something that I'm just asking myself, okay, how can I include more reading? And for now, I don't really know. So I'll just be thinking about it. And then my next steps is first go to sleep today at 10, and then include more movement. So on some days I move more, on some I move less, but I would like to include more movement. And I can show you, this kind of looks different depending on the day. This is how it looks yesterday. So it's, as you can see, it's more messy. But yeah, I have basically the same thing. So I wrote down everything I did. Some things triggered specific insights. For example, self-creative time in the evening after a walk. I absolutely love that, so I'm having that again today. Stretching in the evening. Oh yes, absolutely. I'm very happy I looked, because I was about to forget about it, because it's not a routine. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna add stretch, evening stretch, because I absolutely love just taking 10 minutes to stretch in the evening. It makes me feel so much more connected with my body. That was the realization yesterday, that I'm not working very well after lunch. I'm not very focused. So this really makes sense with what I'm kind of experimenting with today, to shift all my work to happen before lunch, and that means the calls would happen after lunch. Then I had just some ideas, maintain the fun. Afternoons are somehow tricky, and this is true. I noticed that today, this time around 4 or 5 is the hardest part of my day, in a sense that I feel the most disconnected from myself. So I need to put some practices in place to deal with that. I was thinking maybe meditating there, but I'm not very sure. Yeah, and those are just some ideas of where my working hours could be. So as you can see, this process evolves. This is even from a day before. So it was quite different. I started with my routine and then plus and minus. So what was good, what was bad, but that didn't really make sense for me. So I just put an insight. This is my symbol for insights. So basically just observation and then next. And then I was kind of experimenting with times. So just writing down when thing could happen. Yeah, so as you can see, this is quite an organic process and I'm really enjoying it. Again, it's day 4 and I set myself on a weekly experiment. So this week there's no routine. I'm not really structuring anything. I'm just playing it by ear, how I feel depending on the day. So I woke up today in the morning and I kind of came up with what I'm gonna do based on what is this one thing I really want to do today. And tomorrow I'm gonna do the same and the same until the weekend. Over the weekend I'm gonna be information fasting, so I'm not gonna use computer for the whole weekend, and hopefully also not my communication devices, not my phone. I think I'll probably have to check one communication channel because I'm meeting some friends on Sunday. But okay, I'm aware of that. I'm setting my own information fasting rules. But basically, I'm not going to consume unnecessary information. I'm gonna stay off screen, which is really something I need. So I guess the routine for that weekend will be also very different. So I'm very excited to see how I respond to it and what's actually going to happen over that weekend. And let's see, I guess the next step, next week, I'm going to probably reflect kind of more on a macro level of what's been happening, what was my previous routine, what is my routine right now, what were the key takeaways from this whole week. I'm gonna do that during my weekly review. And then I'm going to I'm not sure, maybe I'll start already with building like a very base blueprint for the routine, some kind of a basic outline, or maybe I'll keep experimenting, or maybe I'll just keep it agile. I really don't know yet. I guess I'm just gonna figure this out during my weekly review. So actually I might show you, this might be interesting. So this is my Minimalist Weekly review. I can put the link actually in the description because we actually created an information product kind of guiding you through all of that, how it works. But basically I'm writing down some key notes, and those are very macro level pointers. So I'm not for now writing down the insights that I have every day in this my daily routine review. But this is just kind of some more macro level ideas, and I guess on Monday I'm gonna add more, and potentially I'm gonna add more over the next days. Let's see. The whole point of this page is to keep it very flexible and open and just follow my intuition, and right now my intuition tells me don't put more stuff there, so I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, here it is. It's a very exciting process. I'm enjoying it tremendously. I want to keep it still fun and really bring a lot of enjoyment into it. Kind of my principles for this new routine that I'm building is that I want to have output over input. Actually, I can show you that because I have it also in my review. So those are my principles for this new routine. So more output than input, so focus on creating, non consuming, and then off screen versus on screen, so more time off screen than on screen. Make it playful and make it intentional, so do things because I feel like doing them, not because I accidentally end up clicking around. So that's really it. Little update for day 4, and I wish you an amazing day and talk to you soon. Goodbye.